Hello and welcome back to another episode of TWIG. Yeah, this week there's a double XP weekend. I'm always really excited when they happen. And also, Prop Hunt has finally had an update. Like we've been waiting for it for quite a while now. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So let's get into the video. So as always, I'll start by putting the changelogs for this week on the screen now, so you can pause the video and read them if you want. And the new items in the shop this week are the Epic Awesome Person title, the Uncommon Roadworks taunt, the Epic Cactus Pot core, the Uncommon White Flag gravestone, the Rare Pink Unicorn avatar, and the Rare Fairy avatar. First of all, the coloured bear cores that are hidden all around Galaxite in the different games and different lobbies and the hub, yeah, all of them. Well, that's going to be ending on Monday, so I'm guessing that you won't be able to get them ever again. They're just going to disappear. Yeah, I would recommend if you've not got all 8 yet, maybe try and get a few more, maybe some of the ones you've missed, because I think they're going to be gone forever. And I think although they are just all the same, I think they're pretty cool to just sort of collect them all. But yeah. And also, Galaxite have said that on the 1st of December, which is Tuesday, there's going to be a holiday event starting. So I'm really excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it because it's probably going to be sort of similar to the Halloween event, but sort of like a Christmassy theme. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Halloween event. I thought it was really cool, everything that they did with the animations and stuff with the custom models. So yeah, I thought the Halloween event was great. We've already seen what Galaxite can do, in these events. So I'm really looking forward to the holiday event. It's probably gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm definitely on Tuesday. I'm gonna be going on Galaxite because I want to see this holiday event. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, in next week's episode of TWIG, I'll probably talk about it a bit because I can imagine it's probably going to be pretty cool. I've said that quite a lot now, but yeah. So this video is coming out right in the middle of double XP weekend. I always love the double XP weekends because I really like the prestige items. I want to get as many of them as I can. So yeah, last week the prestige items came out for season 2. And now there's a double XP weekend. So yeah, I would say just try and play as much as you can during the double XP to try and get if you've got the battle pass, to try and get as many levels of the battle pass as you can. Maybe get some of the prestiges. I'm definitely wanting to get quite a lot of the prestige items. So yeah, I would say if you want to get XP, you should probably play Core Wars. That gives the most XP. So yeah, this weekend I would say try and play a bit of Core Wars. I'm trying to play quite a bit of Core Wars because I want to try and get XP. And also remember, in the little after game lobby thing, if you say GG in the chat, you get a bit of XP. That was in Galaxite last week. I mentioned it in last week's episode of TWIG, but it's only just been put in the changelogs this week. So yeah, but since it's a double XP weekend, I just thought I should bring it up again. So yeah. So now I'm gonna just go through some of the global changes that I think are worth mentioning. So yeah, the first thing, the tutorial text before the game starts. It's now a bit quieter. So yeah, but it used to be a little bit too loud. But yeah, it's been quietened now. And then the next thing, ender pearls, that they now should be much less likely to teleport players inside of blocks. But yeah, Galaxite have said if it ends up teleporting you inside a block, let them know. Just use the honeycomb to sort of report the issue. So yeah. So now I'm going to go through some of the changes to Core Wars. So yeah, the first thing is there's been little timers added above the drills to let you know how long it's going to be until the next drilling. I think this is a pretty good addition because before you sort of had to guess when it was going to be. but now you can sort of instantly tell, like, oh yeah, that's going to be 5 seconds. Um, so yeah, although one thing I will say, the timer is a bit small. I sort of find it hard to see, like just like passing. You've got to sort of look closely. So yeah, I'd just sort of still, like sort of ignore it. Just sort of like guess. I mean, I've got over like 1,000 wins. I've sort of got used to playing like Core Wars by just guessing when it's gonna be, and I don't really wait for it anyways. So yeah, but I think overall it is a good change, this edition. But one thing I will say, it could be a bit bigger. So yeah. So next thing, there's a new map. It's called Nether. It's in all the different game modes, so solo, duo, and quads. It's the background footage for this at the moment. It's the solo one. I haven't played the quads version of it yet, but yeah, I've played the solo one a bit, and I think it's a pretty good map because like, one of the main things I look for when there's a new map, like with how good it is how many blocks do you need to get to the people either side of you, because that determines how fast you can do the side rush strategy and just get around everyone and get all the core kills and get a lot of XP. But yeah, and this you only need one set of blocks, so 16 blocks to get to the people on either side of you. So yeah, I would say it's a pretty good map for side rushing. Um, I don't know, like other people, I'm not sure how it's like other strategies. I mean, there are two two diamond generators on the same like sort of island thing, which I think is pretty unique, pretty cool. Um, it's going to be interesting to see how that might affect gameplay on that map. But yeah. So the next change in Core Wars is that there's been a little change with the icons above the shops. Before it would display like what you would spend, so like the iron, diamonds, emeralds, core pieces. Yeah, but now it like sort of displays what you buy with it, which yeah, I think that's a bit more useful for new players. Because before it was basically just you would spend everything in either shop, but then just core pieces like extra in like the upgrade shop. So yeah, there wasn't really too much difference. It didn't really tell you what you could buy. But yeah, now that there's like it says like weapons, like blocks, like bows, and then like armor and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a bit easier for new players to tell what you get in the shops. So yeah, I think that's a good change. And also, this one's not in the changelogs for some reason, but I think it's like probably one of the biggest changes in Core Wars this week, and that is that the emerald drill cap, it's gone up from 3 emeralds to 5 emeralds. Like I remember when the cap was like added to 3 emeralds, that was like a really big deal, because that's like sort of barely any. But now 5 emeralds, that sort of it basically means you can get quite a lot more from just Russian emeralds once. So yeah, now Russian emeralds is a bit more overpowered than it was before. Well, I say a bit, but it's quite a bit more overpowered because it's a lot easier to just get like in one like in one rush of the middle when everything's full, which a lot of the time it ends up being full. You can get like tier 3 armor and a diamond sword. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that that maybe the tier 3 armor price should be increased a bit because the cap's been moved up to 5. I think that's, yeah, maybe that might be a good idea. I don't really know, but yeah. So one last change in Core Wars. Now you can't interact with the drills before the game has officially started. So yeah, before, like in the Neon map, for example, that in that map you spawn, like in solo and duo, you spawn right next to the iron drill, so you could just like punch it straight away, and you could get the iron from it before the game had officially started. But yeah, now you can't do that. Also, in the new Nether map, you spawn right next to it, so you can punch it straight away. But yeah, you can no longer like interact with it before the game is officially started. So yeah. So in Chronos, there's like no proper changes. It's basically just bug fixes. So I won't go through them. You can read the changelogs if you want to see what the bug fixes are. But yeah. So there's been a couple changes this week in Fill the Gaps. So yeah, the first thing, tutorial text has been added at the beginning of the game for new players. So yeah, it's just like a basic description of how the game works. And also, there's been team icons added, like similar to Core Wars and Chronos. So yeah. And finally, this week there's been a long-awaited update for Prop Hunt. So yeah, there's been a few changes. The first thing, they've added tutorial text at the beginning of the game for new players. A bit like basically every other game, they've added tutorial text. I think Galaxite are sort of trying to make the server better for new players joining. So yeah. Then the next thing, there's been two new power-ups that have been added. So yeah, the first thing is invincibility. I'm pretty sure either team can get it, and it just makes you invincible for a bit, I guess. Yeah, and then the next thing, there's a power-up called fake taunts, and I believe what that does is it makes random props like taunt even though they're not people, and then yeah, it just confuses the seekers. And then the next thing, there's been much more XP given to hiders who hide for longer. Although a lot of prop hunt players still say that don't really get enough XP. Like there's way too much XP in Core Wars compared to prop hunt, so just playing prop hunt for XP is basically not worth it. So yeah, but there's still, at least there's now much more XP given to hiders who hide for longer, so it is a bit better for prop hunt. And also power-ups have now been given unique icons. So yeah, that's it for this episode of Twig. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and also if you're not already, please subscribe, because I'm getting closer to 200 subscribers, and so yeah, let's see how fast we can get there. So yeah, bye.